What's going on, guys? This is Greg with Tech 360. Today we're going to talk about how I quit smoking. Alright, so first and foremost, I want to thank you for clicking on this video. Make sure you like and subscribe, but let's get into it. So, let's get in a little backstory on it, okay? I started smoking back when I was about 14 or 15. I'm 33 now, so I smoked for quite a while, okay? You know, I started out smoking cloves cigarettes with a friend of mine. Then it got to where I couldn't find cloves no more, so then I got to where I was smoking Marlboro Ultralights. Yeah, Marlboro Ultralights. I smoked those for several years. Then I went to smoking menthols, and I kind of just bounced around all kind of different flavors and different types of cigarettes. Yeah, so I smoked all kinds of different kinds of cigarettes throughout the years, cigars, pretty much all of it. Then I got to where that I knew that smoking was kind of not necessarily offensive, but the smell was offensive to people. I knew that the smell of the cigarette smoke was offensive to people, like they didn't like it, which I don't blame them. So I got to where I started dipping. I would dip a lot. You know, and that would cut back on the smoking, and honestly, it just seemed like it made me feel better than it did smoking. So I started dipping a lot, and then on top of that, I was smoking, and then later on, probably around, probably 2013, 14, somewhere right in there, I started using that e-cig. I started vaping as well. Now, I didn't go all out in all the crazy stuff where, like, you know, all the mods and you build your own e-cigs and stuff like that. Nothing like that. The straight e-cig, and that's all I've done. So keep in mind, I was smoking cigarettes, I was dipping and e-cigging all at the same time. It just depends on which one was convenient at which time. You know, like if they allowed smoking, but they didn't, you know, I didn't want to offend nobody, I would just use, you know, my e-cig. If there's no smoking, I would dip. If I was like outside somewhere and nobody was around, I would smoke a cigarette. So it just kind of just depends, you know. But it got to where I met this lady, or I met this girl. She really didn't like smoking anyway. She didn't like the smell of it. She didn't like anything about it. She didn't like the way I smelled with it, so she wanted me to quit. So in time, it took a little while. I quit smoking, but then I was just dipping and e-cigging still. Okay, so I did, you know, e-cigging for a long time. I dipped for a long time. I quit dipping probably around 2018, around the beginning of 2018 or middle of 2018. I started working for a prison. I went to work for a prison as a corrections officer, and they are really strict about tobacco products being in the prison. You cannot bring tobacco in. You are not allowed to dip while in the prison. So that kind of put a strain on that, because you would get checked, you know, random checks on the way in. You know, whether you leave for lunch or coming in the mornings, they would search you, check you, make sure you didn't have anything on you, around you, or whatever. And if you got caught with it, you know, it's usually a write-up or you got fired. Most time you get walked off. So anyway, so that was my cue to kind of quit dipping. So then I was just e-cigging. Now, when I quit dipping, that was hard. That was a rough few days. It really was, because, you know, dipping, I would use the Camel Snus. You know, and they're not paying me to talk about this. I did Camel Snus because I liked it, because I can hide it in my cheek. Nobody knew it was there. Nobody ever knew I was dipping. You know, and I never spit, because the Camel Snus, you know, you don't have to spit. You can just swallow it. It didn't hurt you. It didn't bother you, or I'm sure it hurt you, but it didn't. It wouldn't make you sick like the other dip and stuff like was. So pretty much anybody that did the Camel Snus, they would just swallow it, because you know, you didn't have to spit it out, and it actually it didn't taste bad. You know, that was another good thing about it. It was also kind of like, in the one I did, was like the frost, so it was almost like chewing on gum all the time. So now, then it got to where about it was about a week and a half ago now. It's September 17th. Yeah, September 17th. And just a couple days ago, I just decided, it was about a week and a half ago, almost 2 weeks ago now, I decided, you know what, it's time to put the e-cig down. It's time to It's time to quit smoking. It's time to just quit all around together. Now everybody's like, oh yeah, you've been watching the news, man. You've been watching all that stuff, man. Got you scared, about everybody getting sick. No, it's not that. Because, yeah, people see the news. People that don't know nothing about the e-cig stuff and vaping and stuff like that, yeah, they're going to get scared about what they see on the news. It's going to scare them. They're going to say, oh, so-and-so, he vapes, he's going to die, popcorn alone or whatever the heck people are dying from these days. But people that know stuff about the e-cig and the vaping world, they know that it's not, you're not just dying from vaping. There's something else that's going on. There's something else involved that's causing these kids to die. It's causing these kids to get sick. Okay, case in point, now it's starting to come out that it's not just these kids are just vaping and they're just falling out. No, these are kids that are having their vapor liquid stuff made. They're making it in somebody's basement, or it's got this THC crap in it that's making people sick. A lot of these different brands. I'm not going to get into the brands because I don't like getting sued about talking about them, but there's different brands out there that are making people sick. And it's becoming more apparent which brands they are, because when these people are getting sick and they're they can't breathe and they're fixing to die and stuff like that, they all come back to like one of 3 different types of e-cig liquids, and so and I think 2 out of 3 of them have the THC stuff in them, and those are the worst cases apparently. So besides all that, I decided I wanted to quit. I just like, what? I tried to quit, several months ago. I know I got kind of antsy. I was getting agitated easily and stuff like that. So I knew what to expect. I knew what was going to come. I knew already what was going to happen. So I kind of knew another way to handle it. Now, this is all a case-by-case basis. Everybody's different. What works for me may not work for you. So when going into, or when you're trying to get yourself, to me, it was more of a mind game than anything. You have to kind of play a trick on yourself. So my deal was, I quit smoking. Okay, the first day, the first couple days, I just, I didn't smoke, but I had my e-cig with me, because I think there for the longest is just something having it in my hand, just having something there, and the comfort of knowing that if something were to happen and I just freaked out, I had it there so I could take a hit and I'd be good to go. Okay, so the first, it was probably the first 3 or 4 days, I had the e-cig with me. I had it with me, so in case something happens, like I said, just too stressful, I couldn't handle it, I'd take a hit and I knew I'd be fine. So and after about 3 or 4 days, it got to where I didn't have to carry it no more. I was like, yeah, you know what? I was leaving it at home, which was very rare, because anybody that knows me knows I didn't go anywhere without my e-cig. I didn't go anywhere. I always had to have it. If we left the house and I left it at home by accident, we're turning around and going back home and getting it. So it got to where, like I said, I didn't have to bring it. Now, the part that really bothered me, it wasn't really the fact that, like, oh, I need to inhale something. I need, I've got to smoke. I need to do this and do that. It wasn't none of that. It was the tightness in my chest that I was getting that was annoying me the most. It was this I can't explain it. It was just a really, really, really weird feeling in my chest. It wasn't like my lungs. I wasn't having a hard time breathing. None of that. It was just like a tightness or something. It was like right here, man. And still, I kind of still feel it. I'm almost 2 weeks in, and I still kind of feel it, but it's not as bad. They do say your first 5 days are going to be the worst, and I do agree. I wouldn't like to the point where I was ready to stab somebody, nothing like that. It wasn't nothing like that at all. Now, I was kind of agitated. I was kind of cranky. I was pretty temperamental. And so, I was kind of edgy, and it wasn't like little things would set me off, nothing like that. Now, other people may be different, so this is just me though. Now, other people may be different. People have smoked for a lot more years than I have. Like I said, I probably smoked, it was probably 10, 12, 13, 14 years, somewhere right in there. 15 years, however long, it's been a while, but there's been people that smoke years and years and years, and try to quit, and it's insane for them. It's crazy hard for them, and I get it. And I will honestly say, these are for people that have smoked for 25, 30 years plus. Okay. And I say this because I have a mild background in medical, and I've seen this happen to where it's like these people, like, you'll take this woman, she's probably in her 50s, 55, it's like 55 years old, okay? She decides she's gonna quit smoking. The doctor tells her, look, you have to quit smoking. You gotta quit. Your lungs can't handle it no more. You gotta stop quitting. You gotta stop smoking. She stops smoking, she dies 3 weeks later, 4 weeks later. It's like, they want you to quit, but it's almost like if you quit, like it almost kills you to quit. It's almost worth just keep on smoking. You probably would live longer. But anyway, these are but it's something worth a try. I'd recommend anybody, if you can get away from it, get away from it. And I know anybody that like young kids and stuff, younger kids, younger than me, that want to, oh yeah, man, I went, we were smoking cigarettes and stuff. Like, dude, cut that crap out. Cut it out. It's not cool. I get it though. I understand why kids start. Trust me, I understand why kids start young. They think it's a cool thing. Like, oh yeah, I'm a badass. I'm smoking cigarettes. Can't nobody touch me. I'm, whatever, blah blah blah, whatever. So, but let me explain something to you, youngsters. If and I say this from a lot of people's point of view. Like, if you're in your late 20s, early 30s and up, this is most of our opinions. When we see young kids smoking, when I drive down the road, I see a young kid smoking, I'm like, what an idiot. And I'm not thinking, oh man, I bet he's cool. I bet he's got cool parents. Because his parents, are letting him smoke. I'm just like, man, what an idiot. His parents allowing him to do that. Man, do they not realize what they're setting this kid up for? Oh man, it's gonna be rough. And so it's just nobody thinks you're cool except your little group of friends. But it's not cool. I promise you, it's not. And it's even worse trying to quit. Everybody always says, oh, I can just stop whatever. No, you can't. No, you can't. If you have smoked consistently for 6 months, for more than 6 months, you can't just quit. You cannot, because your body gets tuned to run on this nicotine. Because when you smoke a cigarette, all your arteries, all your valves, they constrict, they tighten up. Okay, they all tighten up, which gives you that feeling like, oh man, I feel good now. I feel energized and stuff like that. All it is your blood pressure going up. It's all it's doing, making your blood pressure spike. Now you're gonna stroke out. I've had more problems getting jobs because my blood pressure from smoking e-cigs than anything else I've ever had problems with. Psych evals, I've been fine. Polygraphs, I've been fine. Mental exams, I've been fine. But it's always the medical portion, like the physical part, like going to the get a physical exam. They're like, your blood pressure's kind of high. And you're like, you drinking energy drinks? Like, no, I don't drink energy drinks that much anymore. I used to, but I quit. And they're like, tell me about what you do. You drink a lot of coffee? No, I'll drink a little bit, not much. They're like, I say I smoke e-cig, and they're like, that's it. That's what's causing it. So, now, okay, just to get this point, I got a little sidetracked there. I'm sorry, but here we go. The way I quit smoking, like I said, day one, I quit smoking. I went to work. I have an e-cig on me. Like I said, I didn't take any hits off of it. I just kept it in my pocket just to comfort, knowing it was there. Day two, same thing. Now, day one, I did go like CVS, Walgreens, or whatever, and I bought. Excuse me one second. Okay. I did go to like CVS or Walgreens, and I bought a bag of like the blue Halls cough drops that had like the kind of the wintergreen or spearmint or whatever flavor it is, like menthol basically, because that's what I needed. It's like, I needed that feeling in my lungs. That I needed just that feeling. I didn't care about the nicotine. I wanted that feeling in my lungs, so I would get those blue the blue cough drops, the Halls cough drops. I'd get one in my mouth. I'd just like, and it's like that good cold menthol feeling. Oh, it felt so good, and that helped me out. I went through like a bag like every 2 days, so I was constantly going and buying some. I was just in my mouth all day long, these cough drops. And they helped me out a lot. They really did. And gum, I chewed the crap out of gum. Just I chewed like a pack of gum up a day. But it's that minty flavor, that menthol, is what I needed. And so, and that's one of the things that helped me. You know, like I said, after about the 4th or 5th day, or whatever, 3rd, 4th, 5th day, I quit carrying it to work with me. I quit carrying my e-cig with me, but I still took my hauls and cough drops. Now, like I said, I'm about 8-9 days into it, and probably about 4 or 5 days ago, I quit carrying my cough drops. So, so I'm not really needing the cough drops anymore. I am still a little edgy. I'm still not like where I'm just like, you know, I'm not like freaking out, but I am kind of, I'm not really temperamental, but it's, I can't explain it. It's not that I get triggered easy. I'm not getting mad easily. It's just, I'm just kind of, you know, it's just, you know, kind of, I don't know how to explain it, but that's about it. That's really it. You know, and I'm just kind of taking it at a day at a time. You know, I really am taking it a day at a time. You know, you know, my blood pressure's been down low now. My blood pressure's looking good. Because okay, get this. When I was smoking my e-cig and I was dipping at the same time, my blood pressure, no kidding, and I'm not exaggerating all this, I have people that can vouch for this, my blood pressure would be 173 over 113. That was usually my blood pressure, was like 173 over 113, 173 over 128. You know, and if I was stressed out or something was going on, it'd be higher than that, and it would get to where I'd feel it in my face. I knew my blood pressure was up because my ears would get hot and my face felt like it was like, because I would just feel it. You know, I could feel the blood pulsing through my face, and I would have to back off on the e-cig a little bit because sometimes I did not thinking about it. I said, just, you know, not thinking about it. Now blood pressure goes up, you know, stress and stuff like that. Now, you know, or like even then, like going to bed at night is like I'd lay down in bed and it's like it literally, my heart and my chest and my heartbeat and my heart rate just, it was like I just got done jogging down the street, wrist off real quick, jumped in bed. Like my heart's like jiggle, 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 jiggle. My heart was just beating like crazy. Well, now it's like my heart rate's back down to normal. It's like jung jung, jung jung, jung jung, jung jung, jung jung. But you know, my body's having to, I think, relearn how to operate on lower blood pressure because it got to where it got used to always operating on high blood pressure. You know, but everything constricted, all my arteries and veins, you know, arteries and stuff all constricted, so it got used to that. It knew how to run like that, it knew how to run itself. Well, now it doesn't have it, so now my body's like, man, you know, whoa, what's going on? You know, the blood pressure's low. You know, come on, man, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. You know, come on. You know, it's like your body's telling you, like, you need this nicotine to get everything clenched back up because your body doesn't know how to run without it anymore. But you know, like I said, in every case is different. Like I said, you gotta keep telling yourself, you know, like, all right, you know, I'm down one day. All right, you know what? Let's just go home. I know it's gonna be rough. Let's just leave the e-cig down. Let's go for another day. And like I said, I know it's easier said than done. I'm not preaching like, oh yeah, it's easy, man. You just write your goals down and blah blah blah. It's gonna happen. No, I know it. I know it's not gonna be easy. It's not easy, and I will say it's not an easy thing. It's not. You will be grumpy, you will be edgy, you will be temperamental. It's gonna happen, but you have to find something that helps take that edge off without smoking a cigarette or without smoking anything, period. If you can avoid smoking anything, that's even better. You know, but if you're one of those that, you know, that have smoked, you know, a pack and a half a day or a pack a day for the last several years, I wouldn't just stop cold turkey. I would not do it. Yeah, I would not. I would not just stop cold turkey. I would not do it. I think it'd be bad for you. I think it'll hurt. Not that it'll hurt you, but I think it'll cause you more problems than it'll do good. So I would just, you know, I would start slowing down your cigarettes. I would start slowing down. Like if you smoke, let's say 10 cigarettes a day, okay, slow it down to 8. You know, do 8 cigarettes a day for a couple days. Okay, that's going to slowly reduce your nicotine intake. Okay, after that, give it a couple more days, then reduce it down to like 6 cigarettes a day. You know, do that for you know 4 or 5 days. You know, and then just it's slow to keep reducing, and then just work yourself down to where you're just down to a couple cigarettes a day. you know, and then just go from there. But like I said, you just got to kind of figure out what works for you. That's what worked for me. That's what happened. That's what I did. Like I said, I'm not gonna say it was easy because it wasn't. But I'm still going. You know, I'm 8 days in, 7 or 8 days in, and I ain't had a cigarette. You know, well, I hadn't had a cigarette in almost 4 years, but I hadn't had a smoking cigarette in several days. You know, and I really don't feel the urge to smoke. I really don't even have a need to smoke. My main thing is, like I said, this tightness in my chest. That's the only thing I want to get rid of. Other than that, you know, but like I said, guys, it's a case-by-case basis. I mean, everybody's different. Not everybody's going to react the same. Some people, they may just straight fly off the handle when they try to quit. You know, and I get it. Trust me, I get it. You know, it's not going to be an easy thing. I understand. You know, and it may not work for you. You may not be able to quit because you may be one of those that smoke so long that it's just, your body's going to be like, look, you either going to smoke a cigarette or I'm going to make you kill somebody or something. You know, it's going to be one of those deals. So, like I said, guys, if you liked the video, I hope you did. I know I did a lot of rambling, but most of it was just kind of my opinions on it, what I've dealt with, my experiences. Kids, don't start it, man. I'm telling you, and I know it's like, oh, it's just another one of these people telling me not to start smoking, you know. And it's not because I don't want you to be cool. I promise you, it's not that. You know, I don't know you from anybody else. You know, it's not that I'm not trying to keep you from being cool or having friends. I just, you know, I don't want you to have to go through, you know, what I've had to go through or what many other people have gone through to try to quit. Because it's not easy, guys. It's really not. It's not easy. It is tough. So, anyways, guys, like I said, if you like the video, make sure you like and subscribe. Comment below if you have any questions or comments. I'll do my best to get back with you. And until next time.